Coming off Backlash and the double nut shot heard around the world, what did we learn tonight in a night full of Money in the Bank qualifying matches? Who is going to move one step closer to realizing their dream of getting a WWE Championship title shot? This and more right after the intro. Man, what is up, KLIQPOD family? As always, thank you for joining me on another Tuesday night, as we always do, for another SmackDown review. Tonight just happens to be May 15th. And with that being said, what did we learn tonight? Man, first thing I want to talk about, and I think I talk about this way too much, but the 2-hour format for Raw, or for SmackDown, was absolutely glorious. Absolutely glorious, man. I really enjoyed it. It was really good to see. At no point was there too much talking. Matter of fact, we didn't get that much talking at all, other than some vlogs from phones, maybe a couple backstage segments real quick. But overall, there wasn't a whole bunch of mumbo jumbo. Tonight was actually about the action in the ring, which was so refreshing to see. So, without further ado, let me stop wasting time and let's get to why you're really here. So tonight's show kicks off with Paige coming out, and Paige wants to go ahead and say that Backlash was a success. If you watched my review, maybe you caught JD from NY206's review. Where was the success? We think it was a failure of a product. I can't speak for the man. I can only speak for myself, but I know I thought it was a joke. Go back, look at the review. But we're not here to talk about Backlash and wasted opportunities. What we are here to talk about is future opportunities. Opportunities to qualify for the Money in the Bank match. One of the most prestigious matches in the WWE. For me, I have many memories with this match. Some I love, some I hate. But looking back at the majority of them, I know I can look back and say I watched them with excitement, and I can go back and watch them still and get just as excited. And with the talent we have now, currently to this day, the athletic ability of these men, it is absolutely ridiculous and through the roof. The performances we see with the ladder match, for instance, how quick was Seth Rollins up that ladder? Ridiculous speed, right? Those are the moments we wait to see, man. How close was Finn? Inches away. If it wasn't for Seth's cat-like reflexes to be able to hop on that ladder and just climb to the top, Finn would be the champ. Now, I know you Finn lovers out there are mad about that comment. I think I even said I'd like to see I can't even think of who I picked on the prediction show. I need to go back and watch it. But with that being said, Monday Night Raw is Rollins. But we're not here to talk about Raw. Once again, I digress. I apologize. But with that being said, not a whole lot of talking. Show gets started with our first qualifying match of the evening. Jeff Hardy taking on The Miz. For me, I wasn't going into this match with much. I had extremely low expectations. Coming off them both having matches at Backlash, everything The Miz gave to Backlash, I didn't think we'd see much from these guys tonight. These guys damn near went for half an hour. I enjoyed it. At no point in this match did I think I really lost interest, or I looked at my watch, or I looked elsewhere. Man, I was focused and engaged in this match. Man, and there were cool spots. There's a spot where Miz is sitting there, and there's two kids sitting up in front. Miz lifts up Jeff Hardy, gives him the atomic drop on the middle of the barricade, so he's sitting there straddling it. And then Miz goes over, starts talking to some crap to some kid, lines up his left-handed punch clothesline mixture. I don't know what he's really going for there. One of the two, but he misses, comes with a backhand. He misses that. And then when he misses it, Jeff gets up, does the run-in, jumps off, runs around the barricade, jumps off, does his little clothesline, body press. I mean, that was a really interesting moment. Man, and think of how excited those kids had to have been. They're probably like, dude, The Miz was talking to us, bro. Like, this is so freaking amazing. Like, I know as a kid, I would have lost my mind. Not only that, man, there were so many great transitions in this match. Man, points where we're starting to pick up the pace in the match. Somebody hits a big move that kind of separates it for a minute. And then they can't finish it. And for example, man, I thought this was going to be a quick match. Jeff Hardy hits a twist of fate relatively early, about 10 minutes, 10, maybe 15 minutes into the match. I actually thought the match was going to be over at this point. It's not. Miz kicks up. Freaking, in my mind, I am just like, I'm blown. I'm floored. I'm like, what the hell is going on here? Like, this is some of the coolest stuff I've ever seen. Well, stop. Don't let me exaggerate. That's how I felt in the moment. Not that it was the coolest stuff I'd ever seen. I just thought, man, this is a lot better than we've seen recently. Dating back a while, and that's the sad part. But I don't want to bring a downer to this, because at no point did I think it was a downer, man. There's a point where Miz is going for... Is it Miz? Let me see here. Yeah, Miz is going for the superplex. Jeff flips down, hits him with the powerbomb, man. I know we've seen this before, but the impact and how the quickness of that powerbomb was just so phenomenal. It was like, bam, it's total instance. For a minute, I thought the Miz might have actually been knocked out. Man, then you had a twist of fate reversed out of to the skull-crushing finale. Jeff drops out of that, goes for the pin reversal. Sorry. And then Jeff goes for the double leg pin press. I was entertained by this move. I know. And it's just things like this. I'm not going to say it's the greatest match I've ever seen, but this is definitely not what I was expecting, especially from these two coming off of Sunday in the first match of the evening. Honestly, I thought neither one would be engaged, but it actually ended up being really fantastic. Not only that, man, we get one of the best finishes I've seen in a long time. So Jeff Hardy throws the Miz in the corner. Jeff Hardy does like he always does, goes up for the heart attack. There we go. Sorry. The heart arrest. Hardy rest. I don't freaking know. One of the freaking two, man. Anyways, what that is, he just goes up, comes down with the double drop kick while you're laying in the corner. Outside of that, he tries to go he hits the twist of fate, goes up for the swanton as we always see him do. He hits it, but when he hits it and he goes for the pin, he leans back too far. Miz counters, presses his shoulder down, gets the upset 1, 2, 3. So our actual first qualifier in the Money in the Bank from the SmackDown side is The Miz. Congratulations, The Miz. I was shocked. I was not expecting this. I was like, oh, here we go. We're going to see Jeff Hardy in it. Some point, I think he's going to lose his title since it's so far away. But we didn't see that. What we got was the surprise ending. So it was nice seeing The Miz finish this and us seeing The Miz as the first entrant in the Money in the Bank. I'm excited, man. After this, we get a backstage segment, one of the few backstage segments of the evening with Xavier and Sheamus. It's pretty much Sheamus is sitting there eating Lucky Charms. He's upset about his loss to Xavier last week. Cesaro calls him out for it, man. He's actually pretty shocked that he lost him and that he thinks he'd have easier time putting him away. Sheamus gets upset, says, hey, then why don't you go out there and do it? Cesaro accepts. Then they go in their gym bag. Cesaro goes in first. Bag's full of flapjacks, man. Sheamus is laughing. Sheamus unzips his, goes to go in. His is also full of flapjacks. They are pissed, throwing them around. At this point, I'm actually chucking a little bit. So, I mean, after what we've seen previously, this was actually a good way to start the show this evening. I really enjoyed it. It was really nice to not have a lot of talking, just get straight to matches, and hey, let's get to business. That's what we're here for. We are here for business. And what was best for business tonight? A whole lot of wrestling. After this, we get a backstage interview. It's Renee talking to Knock. First thing she wants to know is everything that transpired on Backlash with the double nut shot heard around the world. Is anything over between him and AJ? He's like, no, nothing's over for him. Nothing's over for AJ. This will continue on. Then she actually asks him why he forgot to speak English, or how come he knows how to speak English sometimes. And he says, because sometimes he forgets. Very understandable, man. Absolutely love what creative is doing with Knock. I mean, I sit here and I dog creative a lot. This time I got to give it to you. Turning Knock heel at Mania was a great idea, regardless of the outcome of the match. What we've seen so far is great. I didn't like the double count out in back-to-back events. That should have been handled differently. And we've explained that in previous videos on how that could have been handled differently, I think, as recent as Backlash. We talk about it on the Backlash review, how upset we are with it. But I get the purpose, and we're continuing on, and I'm excited to see the continuation of this story. I think it's going to be phenomenal going forward. Once again, he reverts back to him and AJ are definitely not done. And this is what we want to see. So at this point, we get our second qualifying match of the night. Second qualifying match is Charlotte versus Peyton Royce of the Iconics with Billy Kay. So before I came on here, I tuned into Chris Pez, I think it's Pez, for a little bit. If you guys haven't seen him, go check him out. He does a live show Monday and Tuesdays right after the shows. Pretty good work. Shout out to you, buddy. Keep doing your thing. But with that being said, he was just reading off comments real quick. And I'm not going to repeat the comments. But some of the comments he said were about the Iconics were kind of rude. And to be honest, I was chuckling, but I could see him. Just maybe we propel him to be something they're really not. But with that being said, man, that's not what we care about. I love the Aussie shit. I love the Aussie high school girls talking shit. I enjoy it. So as Peyton Royce is making her entrance with Billy Kay is doing most of the talking. They bring up a picture on the Titantron. What the picture is of is it's actually from Charlotte after she loses at Backlash to Carmella and can't get the belt she thought was hers back. Then she continues to say she wishes she could have that look in a fragrance. She would actually call this fragrance Disappointment by Charlotte Flair, of course. I was cracking up. I thought that was a great line. I thought that was, dude, way to throw that out there. And then even better, Corey Graves feeds into it, which, if you guys don't know, Corey Graves is one of my favorite announcers out there. I love the work he does. I hate the fact that Vince is in his ear about everything, but yo, that man does amazing work. But that reference, man, to making a perfume was a good start. You already got me engaged. Obviously, Charlotte's pissed. Gotta say, how many times are we going to have to talk about the same thing coming from a Charlotte Flair match? Fans out there, any new subscribers, let me fill you in. Every week we talk about details with Charlotte, am I correct? Why was tonight it just once again a sloppy performance? I give her just a little bit of credit for last week. Little bit. We still broke down the rest of the match. Very disappointing. But then we get to tonight's match. And with tonight's match, Charlotte goes for a moonsault. Peyton Royce gets her knees up. Charlotte doesn't sell it. Then proceeds to go for the pin. In a hesitation moment. I hated this segment, man. I hated this. I did not enjoy this match at all. I went into it looking forward to it. I really was looking forward into this, but I didn't enjoy it. Especially with that botchiness. Why is it that routinely Charlotte is botching, but yet we still hold her with the highest esteem. Yes, she gives us some holy shit moments. I'm not taking that away from her at all. But are we making mediocrity a great thing right now? You have amazing women wrestlers that are out there doing it right now. No ifs, ands, or buts. We talk about them week in and week out. But when we see things like this, and I know a lot of you guys out there are going to blame Peyton. I actually don't think it was on Peyton on this one at all. I think it's on the no-sell queen. This isn't the first or last time I'll see her no-sell. So this was frustrating. Charlotte ends up winning with the figure 8. She's the first qualifier from SmackDown on the women's side of things for the women's Money in the Bank match, which, if you guys don't know, go back and watch last night's review. I already made my prediction with Ember Moon. Obviously, we'll make it again when we get closer and we drop that prediction video. But for now, Ember Moon, let's go, dude. So, now, we got to recoup. We got to recoup at this point. I'm needing SmackDown to come clutch for me. I'm needing just something that's going to give me a little pick me up match. What I get presented with is Xavier and Sheamus. Overall, I enjoyed it. Did it pick me up? Definitely. Definitely pick me up, man. I love watching Xavier wrestle. I think that man does amazing things in the ring, as well as Cesaro. I think the matchup we're going to see next week with these two fighting to see who's the first qualifier in the tag team Money in the Bank match from the SmackDown side of things. I'm excited to see that. I mean, I'm really stoked about this. With that being said, tonight's match was definitely entertaining. I want to talk about a moment. I can't hide it in there. This shit was phenomenal, dude. So, we get a move where Xavier is being held in the wheelbarrow. For those of you who don't know, it's when one dude is pretty much sideways, got the legs around the other dude's abdomen. Propels himself up, goes under, tucks under him, and then flips it into a face slam on Cesaro. I was excited. This was a fresh move. I want to see this more from him. This was excellently performed. Guys, this was so exciting. You guys got to go back and see a clip of this. I didn't even know what to call it. I wasn't even going to try to figure something out. The only part I didn't like was the finish. Xavier walks on the tightrope like he do, jump off, gets caught with the spinning forearm, and gets the pin 1, 2, 3. For me personally, I would have rather seen Xavier in that ladder match. I think he's just better suited for it. It's not that Cesaro can't do crazy things or great things in there. I would have just liked to see an Xavier more. And maybe then we'd start to get the dissension inside the ranks for the New Day. Because maybe the other ones don't make it. Or maybe we could just bring a lot of gold to the New Day camp. I mean, maybe they could go in for the tag team Money in the Bank and the regular Money in the Bank. The singles Money in the Bank. That would be cool. That would actually be really cool. Oh, man, we haven't seen a stable all the gold on the show in a long time, man. That's a lie. You look over at NXT. Adam Cole, baby. Let's go, man. This is a good night tonight. With that being said, we get a segment with AJ backstage. AJ turns his head to the side, got a huge ass bruise. It's huge on the side of his face. I don't know if that was real, man. That looked like it could have been fake. But the thing was huge. And he says, hey, man, if Knox says we're not done, then we're not done. He says they got unfinished business. If he's not scared to face him in the ring, he'll be sure to end this. So I'm really looking forward to this. All the intensity, the heatedness these two are putting into it, it's just going to lead up to exciting times, guys. Regardless if Shinsuke gets the title from this or not, I'm really excited for... I've liked the majority of the matches we've seen from the WrestleMania one. I could have probably lived without. Everyone since has been phenomenal. I could watch this go on for a year. I could literally watch this feud go on for a year and have absolutely no issues. Then we get what I think is one of the best promos I've seen in a long time. It's the Bludgeoning Brothers. Well, let me set the scene. Initially, we start on the table. The camera starts panning across the table. You see action figures of the New Day tore up, bleeding. You see the Usos, the jackets ripped up. I think documentation of the lockup ripped up. You proceed to move along. And then it comes up to the Bludgeoning Brothers. And you actually hear Rowan speak. Rowan was good. Talking about, come play with them. No. Are you fucking psycho? Like, excuse my French, but are you psycho, man? I got the creeps watching that segment. I really got the creeps watching that segment. So that was cool. That was entertaining, man. I mean, really good work. I really like what they're doing with them. And they're just so intimidating. And then seeing that tonight just added to the creep factor. Like, ooh, a little creeped out seeing that segment. So really good job. Damn, I can't believe I'm going to say this twice in a show. Really good job with that, creative. Shit, I mean, the sun shines on the dog's ass twice a day. Or a broken clock's right twice a day. There you go. But I'm not going to take away from it. Good job tonight. It wasn't bad at all. Now, we got our next women's qualifying match of the evening. Becky Lynch versus Mandy Rose. Before this, Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville are backstage. Paige comes over, talks to him, reminds them that she said absolution. I almost said evolution. Absolution is dead. They said, we know, but they made a pact always to be by each other's side. So Paige goes on to proceed to tell them that, hey, they must have forgot about, or they wish they would have kept up with the tweet trail, or the text trail, because then they know they'd have been informed that Sonya Deville is not, she's banned from ringside. I honestly had no expectations for this match. If you guys watch all the reviews, man, I'm not really a Mandy Rose fan at all. I'm not an Absolution fan at all. I am a Becky Lynch fan, so I mean, I always expect some good shit out of Becky Lynch. But tonight, I'd say, for me, it was kind of reversed. It wasn't long, just a couple minutes. But I felt like Mandy had the better performance tonight. I feel the fact that Mandy actually got the 1, 2, 3 in the upset shocker, right? Who picked Mandy Rose to win? I know, there's people out there. And if you want to comment that you did, go ahead. I'm down with that. I'll read them. Maybe I'll shout you on to the next video. But with that being said, I just wasn't expecting Mandy to be the better one tonight. It's nothing I would write home about. It's just some hope for the future. I don't like her persona. I don't like her persona at all. I actually can't stand it. Can't stand the theme music. There's a lot of things I can't stand about her. She's a beautiful woman. And she showed a little bit of improvement tonight. So, I mean, hopefully high regards for the future. But, hey, like I said, we get the upset shocker tonight. Mandy Rose in the Women's Money in the Bank over Becky Lynch. Is Becky Lynch ever going to get a push again? Is she ever going to get a shot for anything other than just being a jobber? I don't think so, man. I hate to say it, I think Becky might have to, she needs to go heel. We need to get her back into something. Man, you can have her go heel easy too. Bring her out in a darker outfit, and instead of having her have the leotard onesie, have her have a one piece, a full body one piece. I think that'd be pretty dope. Come out with a black jacket, similar to hers now, but just all black. I think that might be pretty dope. But with that saying, yeah, man, I think she needs something to get back going, man, because WWE's not pushing her. She's going to have to do this organically so they can realize she even exists anymore. Because as for me, man, she's like the Sasha Banks of SmackDown. She just wasted talent. Absolutely wasted talent. Now, we get to our main event of the evening. Mr. Daniel Bryan versus Rusev. I gotta say, guys, I enjoyed this. I enjoyed the story that was being told. I understood that Daniel hasn't wrestled in 3 years. With that being said, he's not fully back at top 100% top of his game. He's probably about like 80, 70, 80%. So I can realistically understand with him getting upset tonight. I mean, we had a night full of upsets, and I said after the first match with The Miz winning, I said that'd be awesome if this is a night full of upsets, and it literally was. Like, I probably would have picked the complete opposite side if I did a prediction show for SmackDown tonight. But Daniel looked great. Rusev looked great. They look really great working together. The energy that they fed off each other, it was just something to watch. And I was just completely impressed. This is something I would love to see going forward. This is really a feud I would love to see going forward. Scratch the big Kaz. Let's see this going forward. I mean, damn, man. We need more like this on Tuesday night. More matches like we only seen about 6, 7 matches tonight. Very nicely done. With those matches, or we were able to see 6 to 7 matches, and not all of them quick ones either. With them getting that set up tonight, you're coming off Backlash really looking good. Progressing this forward, you have the roster to every Tuesday put on a good to not great show. But it's all about the booking, and tonight the booking did it good. So for me, I thought Daniel Bryan would have won tonight. But I wanted to see Rusev Day get this opportunity. And crazily enough, with the Moscow kick, we see Rusev win. I mean, and they were showing great attention to detail in this match tonight. At some point in the match, Rusev hurts his wrist, and it's played throughout. He can't get the clutch because he can't use it. And even though he couldn't get the clutch, he still found a way to win. So, I mean, dude, thank you. Thank you, WWE. Thank you for letting me see Rusev and The Miz be the first 2 entrants from SmackDown in the Money in the Bank. You're off to a really great start. I'm excited to see what the future holds. With all that being said, guys, that's the end of the show. As always, don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, at the KLIQPOD, as you can see in the little corner. I'm not going to repeat it. Follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Podomatic, iTunes, right here at YouTube. Like and subscribe to this video. Comment, tell us what you thought. But with all that being said, man, I can't thank you guys enough for all the recent support you guys have gave us. You guys have really, truly, just as always, the KLIQPOD family is one of the most amazing families out there, and we just keep growing by the day. But until next time, guys, as always, kick ass, take names, and peace.